Okay guys, we are going to start with the top shelf. However, I do want to point out, I have the sign in this upper right hand corner, the pumpkin patch sign. That's going to stay there. I've got it last year at Michael's for 60% off. So that's going to be there probably until I find something better. So starting with the very top shelf, and I have already added a few items that are just a real pain to put up. So those I'm not taking down for the purpose of the time of the video. So let's get right into it. The first thing I picked up this year, and I wanted all the decor to be different from last year's. So the first thing I picked up was this hand-picked Farm Fresh pumpkins. I got this little container at, I believe it was Home Goods for $9.99. I stuffed the bottom with the paper, and I just added these little cute little pumpkins that were really inexpensive from Walmart and Michael's. I added some gourds in there, a little bit of cat hair if you want. That was gross. But anyways, yeah, I just added a little bit of those pumpkins just to make it really full. And I'm just going to stick it right on the top. Next, I have got for that little area was this little container. I got this little container at Michael's last year. It says $12.99, but I never ever pay full price for anything, so I'm pretty sure I got it at the 60% off. This one is going to go ahead and just hang out in this little corner. And I'm trying to make sure everything's different from last year. So I have these little sticks, these little picks. A lot of them came from Hobby Lobby the year before last. So a lot of them I ended up getting for 49 cents. So I'm just going to put these right back here. And if you have to bend them a little, that's fine. But I'm just going to put them back here just for extra, like kind of where it like fills this space a little bit. And I might have to, well, there we go. That looks good. But see how there's like that little gap? And I want to fill that space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck this under just a little so it kind of holds on. And then I'm going to grab another filler, which just so happens is going to be this little pick with the pumpkin on it, and I'm going to stick that right in there. And this kind of also breaks up some of that orange that you see. So, and it looks cute. I like that. All right, on the other side, I'm going to do the picks as well. I'm not going to do as many just because I do have this little coffee can, but here's the pine cone. You're not going to really be able to see it, but for those who are tall, I mean, if they're really looking, they can see a little bit of the brown. And once again, it's just a little filler. And I'm going to add these picks in as well. I'm just going to pick this little bucket up so it stays. There we go. There we go. See? And that looks cute. I may come back in with a little bit of wheat or something just because I don't like really empty spaces. But so far, the top shelf is done. Next, we're going to go ahead and work on the bottom shelf. And let me make sure you guys can see the bottom shelf. Oh, you can. Not the bottom, the middle shelf. Perfect. So this lovely lamp came from Kirkland's a few years ago. And I just have it plugged in. So, and I will be covering the cord with some leaves here in a little bit. But really quickly, right here, I always have a picture. And I consider this part, I guess, the second shelf. So this year I found this really cute, thankful, blessed, pumpkin obsessed picture at Michael's. It was normally $30 and I ended up getting it for 80% off. So it was on the cheap. So I'm just going to hang that right there. Now, one thing I did use last year, but I used it for my coffee pods, was this little truck. And if you didn't see last year's video, you can check it out. I used this for the little coffee pods. So this year, I'm going to just go ahead and use it on this shelf. And I added in these little dollar store, actually not, I'm sorry, not dollar store, pumpkin dollar spot pumpkins. And then these little tiny magnets that says coffee. I'm going to attach it to there so it just looks kind of like a little logo. Just so it matches. It looks cute. I don't know. Coffee, but it's hauling pumpkins. Probably for the pumpkin coffee. That's what I'm saying. Okay, next, these little garlands. You can't have too many of these. So I'm going to just kind of weave it in and out. And with this little hook, I'm going to attach it up here. I think I'm going to attach it. Yeah, just a little bit. That way it's kind of secure. And then I'm just going to weave it in and out. And that way it adds a little extra color. And I like the way that looks too. All right. Then this year I had a really difficult time trying to pick out pictures that I would use. Usually I use one at the top, the middle, and the bottom, but I was actually really late on my game. So I found this one, and I don't really like how it's super thick because I like them kind of more like a little bit thinner towards the wall, but this one's I Love You More Than Pumpkin Anything, so it's still gonna work. All right, and push pins or little nails, whatever, I use that. Then next I'm going to go ahead and use this pumpkin right here that says Be Thankful. And to be honest, I really struggled with this area because I really did not know what I wanted to put there, but I know I did want to use this for sure. So I decided, I came up with just, I'll show you. Move over, cat. This little sign, this pumpkin pie, but you're not even going to see what it says because I'm just adding these little people on it. Just to kind of match with these little people pretending they got out of the truck. I don't know. But that's what I came up with this year for this shelf because I really needed something right here, but I couldn't decide what I wanted. So that's what I came up with. And then let me go ahead and show you the bottom shelf. I'm thinking everything looks good up here. Possibly I'm going to add this white pumpkin. Maybe, maybe not. I might change my mind and go back. Oh, you know what? I have extra picks, so I'm going to add this pumpkin. And it also adds a little bit of extra. I like that. Okay, now let me make sure you guys can see the bottom shelf. And I'm going to zoom in just a little. There you guys go. Okay, so now what I'm going to do for the bottom. So the first thing I'm going to do is, by the way, I dropped this and now it's acting like a POS, so I might have to get a new one, but it still works. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this cute little dollar store chintzy sign that I think is so cute, and I'm going to put it right in here. And I have a thumbtack that I like to leave in there. Okay, you're gonna see it in a second because I'm going to use this dollar store table runner, and it was at the 99-cent only store for $2.99. I don't know why they call it 99 only when it's more than that sometimes, but that's just what they do. So watch me struggle with this really quick. Break some stuff more. Okay, got it. Had some coffee grounds fall out of there. All right, now on here what I'm going to do is I picked up this tray. I usually do something completely different than this tray, so this year it is different and I'm excited. I picked this up at Walmart for $14.88, and they have one very similar at Target for $30. So I liked the deal I was getting. And I'm not into Rae Dunn by any means. However, I think I might start liking him because I did see this little gobble cup and I added these little picks in there. And I just thought this was super cute. So I'm going to add this back here. Oh, and then the fairy lights and these little things. The fairy lights came from Kohl's last year. And these little berries, Basically, they came from either Hobby Lobby or Michael's. So I'm going to add this little gobble. Next, I'm going to add, this came on a stand at Kohl's, but I'm going to I took the stand away. I can't talk. I took the stand away and just added creamer and sugar, and I'm going to use that in here. Let's see, on the little stand. And then I decided to use these little plants, but I'm going to put them in the back. I'm just adding them for filler, really. You're not even really going to tell, but if somebody's sitting down, it still gives it a little bit of color. Pumpkin, oh, this one's my favorite season's pumpkin spice. So that's going to go there. And then I have, once again, these top dollar spot pumpkins that were $1. I had these last year, so I'm just going to add those. And I'm going to add my little wagon. This little magnet came from Cracker Barrel, and I just thought that was cute to attach him right there. I may have to move some stuff over a little bit so he'll fit. There we go. All right. This is still missing something, so I'm going to take another one of these little floral things. And I also cut one up one time because I needed it, but I don't know, I might use this still. So I'm going to use this leaf garland. And I'm just going to weave it in and out. At least that's what I think I'm going to do. Kind of get out of the way here. I'm going to use this cup as keeping it heavy on there. Let's see. And play around with it, whatever looks best. Sometimes it might take you 3 or 4 times, but it's fun nevertheless. Okay. So I'm going to do this. Put that back. Move in and out. Alright. Alright, and then I'll just leave it back in the drop, back here. And I guess I will use this pick. I'll go ahead and place it up here just so it kind of brings out that little bit of orange and yellow color. There we go. And these leaves I have had, I can't remember where I got them. I want to say Walmart, but I like adding just a little something right here just so it doesn't look so plain. So that's what I will be doing. And these little brackets, just in case anybody was wondering, the little brackets, they came from Hobby Lobby. And these shelves, these white shelves that I ended up getting, I was going to go to Lowe's to get them, and one day I was at the Goodwill and I was telling my mom, let's go get these shelves at Goodwill or at Lowe's, and I looked down and just so happened there were those shelves right there without the brackets, of course. So I ended up buying them for $3. So I don't know originally where they came from though. Okay, so that's done. And this little clip-on flower, I'm just going to go ahead and clip it on here just so it's a little extra because I like the extra. And it looks cute. I do have a white pumpkin. I guess I won't use this though because there's really nowhere to put it. So that, oh, and at the very bottom I always keep like a little hand towel, and this here I'm going to keep this one. This came from Kohl's last year. So let me see. I'll show you where I put that. Let me kind of take you guys closer. Whoop, gotta go bumpy ride. Sorry. Okay, so starting from the top. Let me just give you guys a once over. And I can tell you guys right now, you can start off with really inexpensive items like stuff from the dollar store and then just start building your stuff. I didn't have all this stuff overnight. I started getting stuff, started off from the dollar store, and then I would kind of just build, and every time like it was off season or the season was over, I would just buy something. Sorry for the wobbliness. I would just buy, you know, 1 or 2 pieces. So that's it.